Welcome to the Highlands, folks. Nestled among these ancient misty hills lies the birthplace of liquid gold. It's where history meets high-tech production in a breathtaking landscape. It starts with logistics. Big rigs roll in at dawn, lining up at the intake bay. These massive steel tankers are hauling the lifeblood of the operation. Here's the star of the show, premium barley. Just look at that golden grain pouring freely. It's raw, dusty, and absolutely packed with potential sugar energy. Inside the storage silos, it's a cathedral of grain. Tons of barley are stockpiled here, waiting in the cool shadows for their turn in the process. Efficiency is key. The grain hits the vibrating conveyors, shaking out stones and debris. It's a fast-paced cleaning cycle, ensuring only the best kernels make the cut. The brains of the operation. Technicians monitor moisture and flow rates on digital screens. It's a high-stakes game of precision, where every decimal point matters. You can't make great whiskey without great water. We source ours straight from pristine natural springs. It's crystal clear cold and filtered by the earth itself. Back inside, that water runs through industrial filtration. Stainless steel pipes and pressure gauges ensure it's pure enough for the mash. It's nature tamed by engineering. Enter the steeping room. These massive stainless steel tanks are where the grain gets its first bath. It's a clean industrial environment built for serious volume. Down below the surface, the barley is submerged. It's soaking up that vital water, waking up the dormant enzymes inside each kernel. The biological clock starts now. Drain time. The water rushes out, leaving the wet grain glistening under the factory lights. Steam rises as the barley prepares for the next phase of growth. From above, it's a mesmerizing spiral. The water vanishes down the drain, leaving behind a heavy, saturated carpet of grain ready to be moved to the floor. We're kicking it old school on the malting floor. This vast concrete space allows the wet barley to breathe and germinate. It's traditional agriculture at an industrial scale. It's hard work, folks. Workers use wooden shields to toss the grain, keeping the temperature even. It's a rhythmic dance of tradition that prevents the roots from tangling. Nature is doing the heavy lifting here. Tiny rootlets begin to emerge from the husks. This sprouting process unlocks the starches we need for alcohol production later. Efficiency meets tradition. A robotic turner sweeps across the floor, flipping the grain with mechanical precision. It ensures every single kernel gets the same airflow and temperature. Technology keeps watch. Sensors embedded in the floor monitor the heat generated by the growing grain. If it gets too hot, the whole batch could be ruined. Watch the transformation. Over a few days, the grain shifts color and texture. It's a biological race to maximize sugar content before the growth is stopped dead. See that pagoda roof? It's the signature of a distillery. Smoke drifts from the vent, signaling that the kiln is fired up and ready to dry the malt. Inside the furnace, it's getting warm. We're stacking heavy blocks of peat, the ancient fuel of Scotland. It's about to bring the heat and that signature flavor. Fire meets earth. The peat burns with a low intense heat, releasing thick aromatic smoke. This isn't just drying, it's infusing the grain with character. The smoke rises through the mesh floor, wrapping around the damp malt. This is where that smoky, peaty profile is born, absorbed deep into the grain husk. The result is crisp golden malt. It's dry, brittle, and loaded with sugar potential. The germination stops here, locking in the flavor profile we've worked so hard for. Time to move. Giant vacuums suck the dried malt off the floor, sending it through sleek pipes. It's a high-speed transport system heading straight for the mill. Meet the Porteous Mill. This vintage red beast is legendary for never breaking down. It's the heavy-duty heart of the pre-production process, ready to crush some grain. Inside, heavy rollers pulverize the malt. It's a violent, dusty process that cracks the husks open to expose the starchy center. We call this mixed grist. The grist falls into the collection bin. It's a specific blend of flour, husk, and grit. Getting this texture right is crucial for a smooth mash later. Quality control never sleeps. A technician checks the grist under a microscope to ensure the particle size is perfect. Too fine or too coarse, and we have problems. Welcome to the Mash Tun. This copper and steel giant is essentially a massive coffee filter. It's gleaming under the lights, ready to extract all those sugars. Hot water slams into the grist. It's a swirling, steaming mix of porridge. The heat activates enzymes that turn the starch into fermentable liquid sugar. Massive mechanical rakes churn through the thick mash. They rotate slowly, ensuring no sugar is left behind. It's heavy industrial cooking on a grand scale. Temperature is everything. Digital gauges track the heat to the decimal. If it's too hot, you kill the enzymes. Too cold, and you don't get the sugar. The prize is draining now. This golden liquid called wort flows through the slotted floor. It's sticky, sweet, and absolutely crucial for the alcohol-making process. The underback catches the flow. We check for clarity here before pumping it out. It's a quick pit stop for the liquid before it heads to the coolers. The wort is too hot for yeast, so it hits the heat exchanger. This complex maze of plates cools the liquid down rapidly. It's thermal engineering at work. Look at the scale of these washbacks. Made of Oregon pine, these towering wooden tanks are where the magic happens. They hold thousands of liters of liquid. The cooled wort rushes in through stainless pipes. It fills the deep wooden vessel ready for the most important ingredient to join the party, the yeast. Here comes the catalyst. We pitch the yeast into the sweet wort. This is where biology takes over again, turning that sugar water into alcohol. The reaction is instant and aggressive. Bubbles form rapidly as the yeast eats the sugar. The surface starts to boil with activity, creating a thick foam head. That foam can get out of control. Mechanical switchers slice through the head to keep it from overflowing. It's a constant battle to keep the wash inside. The byproduct is gas. CO, two vents out of the washback hissing into the air. It's the sound of successful fermentation happening right before your eyes. After a few days, it's calm. We have wash, basically a strong sour beer, sitting at around 8% ABV. It's not tasty yet, but it's ready for distillation. Welcome to the still house. This is the cathedral of whiskey making. Giant copper pot stills stand tall, gleaming in the light. It's truly a majestic sight. We fire up the wash still. As the copper heats up, you can see the air shimmer. We're boiling that sour beer to separate the alcohol from the water. Inside, it's chaotic. The liquid boils violently, sending alcohol vapors shooting upward. The copper actually helps strip out sulfur, cleaning the spirit as it cooks. The vapors rise up the swan neck. It's a long, elegant curve that helps refine the spirit. Only the lightest, purest vapors make it over the top. They travel along the line arm. This horizontal pipe directs the hot gas toward the condenser. The angle here actually affects the final flavor of the spirit. Physics in action. The hot vapor hits the cold pipes of the condenser and instantly turns back into liquid. It's a rapid state change from gas to fluid. The result is low wines. It's a clear but oily liquid, not yet strong enough. It flows into a receiving tank, waiting for its second run through the stills. Now we fire up the spirit still. This is the second distillation where we refine the liquid into high-proof gold. The heat is precise and controlled. It's all about separation. Lighter alcohols rise fast, while heavier oils fall back down. This reflux ensures only the cleanest spirit climbs the neck. Behold the spirit safe. This brass and glass box is locked tight. The distiller watches the stream, judging the quality without ever touching the liquid inside. The stillman makes the call. With a turn of the handle, he diverts the flow. It's a moment of human skill that defines the character of the final whiskey. First comes the foreshots. This toxic stuff is diverted away instantly. It's too harsh for drinking, so we send it back to be redistilled later. And there it is, the heart. This is the perfect, crystal clear spirit we've been chasing. It flows into the collection vessel, pure and ready for aging. The tail end, called feints, is weak and oily. We divert this away too. Nothing is wasted. It'll go back into the next batch to be cleaned up. The spirit receiver is filling up. This stainless tank holds the entire batch of new make spirit. It's strong, clear, and packs a serious punch. A quick quality check. The spirit is clear as water, but smells like fruit and fire. It's not whiskey yet. It needs wood and time to earn that name. Out in the cooperage yard, the wood is waiting. Stacks of American oak and Spanish sherry casks sit weathering in the elements. This is where the flavor lives. It's brutal work. A cooper dismantles an old cask, knocking off rusty hoops with a hammer. We need to rebuild these barrels to ensure they're perfect. Selecting the staves is an art. The cooper checks the grain tightness. The wood has to be flawless to hold liquid for decades without leaking a drop. In the workshop, machines shave the wood down. It's noisy and dusty, but precise. The staves are shaped to fit together perfectly in a watertight circle. The assembly begins. The cooper raises the cask, arranging staves inside a temporary hoop. It looks like a wooden flower before the final hoops are pounded on. Wood is stubborn, so we steam it. The barrel gets a hot steam bath, making the oak pliable enough to be bent into that classic bulging shape. The winch pulls tight. The wood groans under the pressure as the staves are forced together. It's raw, physical force, ensuring a tight, secure seal. Toasting comes next. A gentle fire warms the inside of the barrel. This caramelizes the wood sugars, prepping the vanilla and toffee notes we love. Now for the drama charring. A massive flame erupts inside the cask. It burns the wood surface, creating a charcoal layer that filters the spirit during aging. Water douses the flames, leaving a blackened alligator skin texture inside. That char is crucial. It acts as a filtration system and a flavor bomb. The final hoops go on. The cooper hammers the galvanized steel bands into place. Sparks fly as metal meets metal, locking the barrel structure forever. Precision drilling. A hole is bored into the side for filling. It's a clean cut, ready for the bung. The cask is now a finished vessel. We don't take chances. Every cask is pressure tested with water and air. If it leaks here, it gets fixed. We can't lose precious whiskey to a bad seal. Branding time. The distillery name and year are burned into the wood. It's a mark of ownership and a start date for the long journey ahead. Some casks get seasoned. We pump in sherry or bourbon to soak into the wood. This step adds those rich, fruity layers to the final whiskey profile. Moving day. The empty casks roll down the ramp into the filling store. The sound of hollow wood rumbling on the tracks fills the air. The nozzle goes in, and the spirit rushes out. We fill the cask to the brim with high-strength alcohol. The clear liquid swirls, meeting the charred wood. Seal it up. The wooden bung is hammered in tight with a burlap seal. That sound signifies the end of the manufacturing and the start of the patience. The forklift grabs the heavy cask. It's off to the warehouse. From here on out, there's nothing to do but wait and let nature take its course. Inside the dunnage warehouse, it's cool, dark, and damp. Casks are stacked on the earthen floor. This environment is perfect for slow, steady maturation. It's quiet here. Shafts of light cut through the gloom, illuminating dust motes. The only thing moving in this room is time itself. Years go by. The wood expands and contracts with the seasons. It breathes in the air and breathes out the spirit, slowly changing the liquid inside. We call it the angel share. About 2% of the whiskey evaporates every year. It's the price we pay to the heavens for a good dram. Inside, the dark cask chemistry is happening. The clear spirit pulls color and flavor from the charred oak, turning a rich, deep amber over the years. Checks are mandatory. The warehouseman uses a valanche to draw a sample. It's a moment of truth to see how the whiskey is developing. The nose knows. A quick sniff in the dim light tells the expert if the cask is maturing right. It's a sensory test that machines can't replicate. Modern logistics meet tradition. We also have massive palletized warehouses holding thousands of casks. It's a library of liquor reaching up to the ceiling. Decades later, it's time. A forklift pulls a dusty cask from the stack. It's aged to perfection and ready to see the light of day again. The moment of release. The bung is popped open with a satisfying gas release. The whiskey inside has finished its long slumber. Liquid gold pours out. It's dark, rich, and viscous. It splashes into the collection trough, smelling of oak spice and history. The harvest is in. We run it through a light filter to catch any char from the barrel. We want the spirit to be polished, but we keep all that flavor intact. Into the marrying vat. We blend multiple casks together here. It ensures that every bottle tastes consistent, smoothing out the differences between barrels. The master blender is at work. Surrounded by samples, he builds the final flavor profile. It's an art form balancing different ages to create the perfect product. The whiskey is too strong, so we add pure water. This brings the alcohol down to bottling strength, opening up the aromas and making it drinkable. One final polish. The spirit flows through glass pipes looking brilliant and gem-like. It's absolutely pristine and ready for the bottle. The bottling hall is a blur of motion. High-speed lines move glass bottles with military precision. It's the final sprint in a very long marathon. Hygiene first. Bottles are flipped and blasted with air or spirit. We ensure every vessel is dust-free before a single drop of whiskey goes in. The filling carousel spins. Nozzles descend and liquid rises instantly to the neck. It's synchronized perfection, filling hundreds of bottles a minute. Lasers watch every move. A green line scans the fill level. If a bottle is even a millimeter off, the machine kicks it off the line. The cork goes in. A mechanical piston squeezes the stopper and drives it home. It's the final seal that locks the flavor inside the glass. Dress it up. The neck foil is spun on by high-speed rollers. It gives the bottle that premium finished look and acts as a tamper seal. The front label is applied. It's the bottle's identity. The machine rolls it on, smooth and straight, ensuring the branding looks top-notch. Don't forget the back. Legal info and barcodes are slapped on with equal precision. It's the boring stuff, but it's got to be there for export. Traceability matters. A laser etches a tiny batch code onto the glass. It tells us exactly when and where this bottle was made. The human element remains. An inspector checks the finished bottles under bright lights. If there's a scratch or a crooked label, it doesn't leave the factory. Into the box. The bottle drops into its gift carton. The cardboard folds automatically, wrapping the whiskey in its final layer of presentation. Robots handle the heavy lifting. A mechanical arm grabs the boxes and places them into shipping cases. It's gentle, but incredibly fast. Tape it shut. The case is sealed and ready for the road. It's a rapid-fire process, ensuring the goods are secure for their global journey. The palletizer builds the stack. Case after case is arranged in a geometric lock. A spinner wraps the whole load in plastic for stability. The forklift takes it away. The pallet moves through the warehouse to the loading dock. It's one of hundreds leaving the facility today. Loading up, the truck backs in and the whiskey is loaded. As the sun sets, the cargo hold fills up with liquid value ready for export. Lock and load. The heavy steel doors slam shut. The driver secures the latch. The production process is officially over. Now it's distribution. On the road. The truck winds its way out of the Highlands, passing the old stone walls. It's carrying the spirit of Scotland to the rest of the world. From here, it goes everywhere. Planes, trains, and ships carry the cases across oceans. It's a global logistics web, delivering luxury to every continent. Finally, it lands here. The bottle sits on a high-end retail shelf, lit by a spotlight. It's waiting for the right customer to take it home. Or maybe it's at a bar. The bartender reaches for the bottle. The atmosphere is dim and classy. You're about to get what you paid for. Crack the seal. The cork pops with a satisfying sound. It's the start of a ritual, releasing aromas that have been trapped for 12 years. The pour. Golden liquid cascades over a sphere of clear ice. It splashes and settles, chilling down slightly, but keeping its fire. Give it a swirl. Watch the legs run down the side of the glass. The oiliness tells you this is a quality spirit with serious body. Look closer. The amber light refracts through the liquid. It's pure, clean, and beautiful. A century of process in a single glass. The best part, you take a sip. Warmth floods your chest. The smoke, the oak, the thyme, it all comes together in that one moment. The glass is empty. The experience lingers on the palate. It's a long journey from a grain of barley to this final drop. Cheers, folks.